Hi, my name is Bree. I'm going to be your social worker today. Before we really get into this, I just want to let you know that everything we do talk about is confidential unless you tell me about any abuse you may have encountered or if you're harm to yourself or anyone else.
Okay.
And then I also want to tell you about my place of work's policy. After 2 no-show, no calls for your appointments, then we will have to terminate.
Okay.
Yeah.
We won't do that.
Okay.
Okay.
And what is your name?
My name is Teresa.
Hi.
Hi.
And so what brings you in today?
Well, I'm feeling really sad recently. I'm a college student and I haven't been doing well in school. I live alone. I don't really have much support or many friends, and I'm just getting to the point where I don't want to do any schoolwork. I don't want to go to work. My bills are piling up and I'm just under a lot of stress without any motivation to fix anything. And I've tried to talk to the few friends I do have about it, but they have a lot more support than I do, so there's really not much that they're helping me with. And one of them said that I need to go talk to somebody about it because they couldn't really give me any advice. So that's why I'm here.
Okay. So it seems like you just have a lot on your plate right now with school and everything.
I do, yeah.
And you don't really feel like you have a lot of support to turn to.
That's right.
So I know you said you don't have a lot of support, but who are like your main sources usually?
I have one friend, Caitlin. She's a good friend, but like I said, she has a lot of family support. Her parents pay most of her bills, so she's one of my supports. I'm not really close to either one of my parents. They're divorced. I can kind of reach out to an aunt of mine, but she lives kind of far away, so I can call her, but she can't really make the time to come here and spend time with me or work through all of my problems. And I tried talking to a school counselor, and I don't think that they're very educated, or it didn't work out very well, so I just didn't know where else to go.
Yeah, I totally understand.
Yeah.
So, coming and talking with me, what would be your goals, or what would you like to get out of a session like this?
I guess I would like to know, some coping mechanisms to stress. Some ways that I could get myself more motivated to stay on track. I guess ways to get involved, which I kind of know some ways to get involved, but I'm just so isolated that I just am scared to honestly reach out to people, especially people my age.
Yeah, I totally get that. I mean, you're in school, it is stressful, and then it's hard to reach out to someone too and tell them your problem, so I totally get that.
Yeah.
What do you think that your top 3 stressors or top 3 things would be that you would want to improve on?
School in general.
So your grades, or?
Yeah, getting my grades up, because I told myself a few weeks ago, if I didn't get my grades up, I just need to drop out, because there's no point in paying for school, taking out more loans. I've already got a lot of loans, and just keep going with nothing to catch me. I mean, I have no help with finances, so I'm not going to do that to myself. So school is number 1, social support number 2. Like I just don't have any. I'd like to be able to reach out, but I really don't have much confidence to do so. And then 3, I guess just finding out more of who I am and being comfortable with that, because I don't have many people around that I can trust.
Okay.
So,
So, keeping that in mind, I think one of the one thing that you could try that would really hit on all three things that you just told me would be getting involved in like study groups,
Okay.
which I know that universities and schools are really good about that.
Mhm.
It is easy to just, you can even contact your professor and they can set you up, so that's, you don't have to deal with a lot of like asking around or
Okay.
really putting yourself out there. If you can just feel comfortable like asking your professor, and they
Okay.
can set you up with something like that where you could meet a lot of people.
Mhm.
These like study groups like this, they meet pretty much like, I don't know, once a week, once every
Okay.
2 weeks, so that would be a consistent thing for you to
Yeah,
do.
I need
And so
consistency.
you could hold yourself more accountable like with
Mhm.
your school and grades, meet more people,
Yeah.
and then yeah, be more social. And do you think that would be something that you would be comfortable with?
Yeah, I would just be a little worried that the expectations of the other students for me would be too high. I'm just very different than other people, so I would just have to get used to
Mhm.
it, and I would hope that it would go okay.
Yeah, it's totally understandable that you would be worried about it. You would be putting yourself out there, but
Right.
I do think that a lot of the students that are going to something like that, they would meet you in the middle, and they understand that
Okay.
you guys are all in there for the same reason, so you would
Yeah.
have the same goal.
Okay.
So-
Yeah, I can reach out to a
Mhm.
professor and try that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next meeting,
Mhm.
if you want to make it a goal of attending at least one of these type of study sessions or study groups or something
Yeah.
like that, and you could tell me how that went.
Okay.
Does that sound like
Yeah,
something
if I
you could
can
do?
get a meeting together by the next
Mhm.
time we meet, then yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have about 30 seconds left of our session. Is there any other thing that you wanted to tell me, or any last concerns that you had?
I guess it would just be that I'm just nervous about the whole process. I've never talked to a therapist before, and none of my family has really ever reached out to a therapist, and I feel like they have a lot of problems they've never dealt with, which is why I don't want to end up like that.
Yeah.
So I'm just really hoping that I can get on board with the goal that you told
Mhm.
me, and it'll actually work for me, because at this point not a lot has been working, and I can't be upset like this all the time. I have responsibilities that I have to take care of, and that means a lot to me. So I just need to
Mhm.
I need to be more social more than anything.
Well, I know that you have a lot going on, but it is a good, like, you're so brave for coming and talking to someone, so give yourself some credit for that, because you
Yeah.
are making a step in the right direction.
Thank
But,
you.
Yeah, so I will see you next session.
Okay.
Thank you for talking with me
Thanks.
today.
Thank you.